Right, good evening, welcome to the penultimate round of GT4 Intercon season from Silverstone. 5 minutes left to go in qualifying, as Tux, who isn't joining me in the booth, is actually leading quali, followed by Luke and a Ginetta. So let's see how this plays out. So from comms booth to track to pole. Is he going to show these guys up? That would be something. Anyway, Tux on pole, Luke second, Skunky third, Lico fourth, Kinsey fifth, Gillies up to sixth, Richmond seventh, Thomas eighth, McGowan ninth, Jones 10th rather than 10th. Then Sexton, Zielkowski, Trackware, Privet, Cummins, Hickman, Barcher, Broom, Lane. I think it's going to be Cummins' first outing with us this season. So we'll see how he gets on. Experienced in GT4, opted for the Porsche. Seems to have a bit of pace in it, looking at Kinsey. I would have thought this might have been McLaren track, but so far it's an Alpine on pole. I'm just watching go around here. 3 100s off Tux. So it's close. It is close. I'm just trying to see if stream's all good. Get the chat up as well. See if anyone joins us this evening. Tablet's not really playing ball here. Still Tux, Luke, Skunky, Jones. So we'll look at Tux out in the Alpine. The Alpine looks quite sorted here. Nice. Looks like it's got a little bit about it. He doesn't go any quicker, but keeps on lapping out there. Skunky in untraditional Skunky colours, which has probably now been common enough colours that they probably are now Skunky colours. Sort of the Wasp. A sting in the tail tonight for his championship hopes. And what I need to do is I need to check how that currently stands actually, because I think him and Lico are maybe battling this one out. Let's have a little look. I should have done this research before, but in classic me style I haven't, so Skunky's leading the way, 247 points in, Lico 214 behind him, so it's really Skunky's to throw away. But we have seen crazier things. We've seen mistakes, we've seen DCs, we've seen drive-throughs costing people big. And Lico will be eager to keep the pressure on. Gilly's still sat in the pit, so we have Sexton. Oh, just gets it a little bit wrong there in McLaren. Oh, McLaren's in the top 5 there. I would have thought, although there is some big braking zones and they're going to struggle, I would have thought some nice long straights here, they might have been okay, but doesn't look that way. No lap set by Broom or Lane as of yet. And the track in the chat. Evening fella, it's just me tonight, as you'll notice. Tux is leading the way on pole. So we do have Tux, Luke, Skunky, Jones, McGowan, Lico, Kinsey, Gillies, Richmond, Thomas, Sexton, Zielikowski. And that Sexton set, he'll not go any faster. Tux is still out there doing a lap. There's not many guys out there doing a lap now, so who's next round? It's going to be Thomas. Thomas had a good week last week, both series, so can improve. Certainly looks like he's obviously still on a lap here, so we'll see how he does. Did he go quicker than 10? And I see the way he pits. Next up's going to be Luke in the Ginetta. Is he going to manage to go any quicker? Oh, is that now invalidated that lap? That was very wide. Doesn't go quicker. And next coming round is Lico, championship contender. Needs to find a huge chunk of time here. Pits it. I think last out there is Tux, so it's going to be Tux on pole, followed by Luke, then Skunky, Jones, McGowan, Lico, Kinsey, Gillies, Richmond, Thomas. And in 11th, Sexton, 12th, Zielikowski, 13th, Trackware, 14th, Pivot, 15th, Cumming, 16th, Hickman, then Berkshire, 17th, and Broom and Lane didn't set times. We'll see Tux do a little practice stop. There we go. That's how it's done. Then we have 19 cars going out. Penultimate round. Final round. I think top of my head we should have been at Valencia. We've been delaying that to see if we can get a G portal or ACC fix to make that happen. There's currently an issue with the server on it, so we have Jacob Lane turned a man this week. A white page of 18. A few burnouts on camera for us there. Then we drop onto the track. So big pressure on the comms man. Can he lead from the front all the way around? We'll see. Luke, kind of new at driving with us, but the last few weeks shown he's got the pace. Then Skunky, Jones, we know they're quick. McGowan, really decent lap, put himself in 5th there. And Lico, maybe be disappointed with that qualifying, but we know he's solid in the race. Then Kinsey, then Gillies fresh off the podium, then Richmond, Thomas. That's our top 10. We're just waiting for them all to get going. I'm saying there's always one idiot in the pits. As I started reading that, Neil, I thought I was going to say, is it just one idiot in comms tonight? Because yes, it is, just me. But I do like to see a pit lane burnout. What would be fantastic about that, Neil, is if he then starts to race with those tyres. So fast track, dynamic weather, 24 degree track temperature, 18 air, a little bit cloud cover. Don't know what it means by dynamic. I guess it's going to stay dry for us here, but we could see temperature shift, we could see clouds thicken, could see the sun come through. We just need to see what it brings for them. It brings a little bit of uncertainty in terms of when you pit and how you pit. You can see there, I think that was maybe was it Skunky giving the lights a flash there behind Tux.
10 seconds.
Thanks for the compliment, Neil, I'll take that. There we go, and we're just about to get underway here. Nice long lap to heat the tyres, so you don't need to be aggressive, too aggressive with the weaving. You can, to see that Luke is right out there weaving, you can just kind of drag the brakes a little down the long straights. The brakes put some heat through the tyres. Big old long lap here. I suppose the one to watch here is Lane starting for the back. 87 points off championship, so that's not going to happen for him. Yeah. So he can just maybe just have fun with this. We'll say the standings are Skunky 247, Rico 214, Ben Jones 192, Lane 163, Thomas 158 in 5th, Gillies 148 in 6th, and Kinsey 142 in 7th, and a little drop off to Goldie in 8th at 118. This would probably been points haul wise quite a successful season for Thomas here, and Gillies, who can actually both improve with a couple of rounds to go. We'll keep an eye on Broome as well. It's in the Alpines, clearly got a bit of pace as shown by Tux and McGowan. So although he didn't qualify, we don't know what pace he has, but the car in itself must have a little bit of pace. Colours he's racing in tonight. Let's go the Southwest Sim Racing Blue. Using one of the standard liveries, his number. Able to do that in the server now. And Privet doing the sort of same. Chased along with Cummins in his traditional colours in the Porsche. Gillies in what I'm informed is the traditional bump drafters colours. I say is Gillies the only GDC guy out there, but maybe Hickman is as well GDC, and Luke actually is GDC, just don't have team battles letters in there. So well represented again. What Gillies will have is a handful straight off with Richmond Championship rival Thomas right behind him as well. But Luke's found some pace in the Ginetta, so I can't see why Gillies can't. Just come around, just find a little section here. Tux slowing them all up. Tux be a little bit rusty here at the start. These boys have had a lot of practice all season at these starts. And the two guys behind them have been nailing starts. So's Jones actually, so Tux needs to be careful not to get swamped by a Ginetta and a Mercedes. There we go, coming round. Some of the guys got the lights on. Just waiting on that flag to drop. We're all in line. We're all holding position.
Green
and
light,
we go.
green light. Go, go, go.
And it looks awful like Tux is going to be under pressure straight away, because it looks like Luke got a great start in that Ginetta. Tux is going to find himself on the outside here. It's a tricky place to be. We're all round there. Luke takes the lead. Skunky now putting pressure on. Oh, Jones has went by Skunky and he's found himself on the outside of Tux. That might compromise Jones. And then right behind them is Lico. He's going to use the top end of that McLaren down the straight. Lico's going to make up a couple of positions there. And each other there. Not sure who that was flashing the lights, but somebody was flashing the lights. We're still all through, been a little bit scraping there, but we're all still clean. Gillies is dropping back a bit, and that's Thomas just taking a place away from him as well. So Richmond and Thomas have got him, and then behind him it looks like Sexton's now going to ask some questions as well. And then, oh, Sexton gets it wrong there, and that's Zielikowski taken out with him as well. I'm not sure what happened there. There was contact at Sexton that went round. Trackwear a bit of a winner there. Back up front, Luke, Tuck, Skunky, Lico. And Tux has made a huge mistake there. He's going to have to enter sensibly here. This is a difficult place to enter. And he gets it done. It's going to drop him down to 5th, I think. Maybe 6th even. At least he's coming into pits. Has he got a puncture? Has he maybe punctured? It's a strange time to pit. Also, it's a long time in a set of tyres for this point. There are any battles out there. We've got Richmond now drawn up on the back of Kinsey. Jones, just seen Jones sliding it behind Lico there. So Jones is trying hard. Sexton and Zielikowski also pitted. It's maybe not a bad thing here. They'll come out in plenty clean air, these guys, so whilst the race has been compromised, they should just be able to hit hot laps. Lane on the outside of Gillies. Gillies going to defend this. Flames licked from the back of the Jeanette as he downshifts. God, Lane is just going to go round the outside here. Off track, might count as a cut, but gets some move done. Gillies going to dive to the inside. Jeanette's brakes. Lane's got that done now. He's just managed to push Gillies out of position a bit. Gillies got the lights flashing. Is he actually flashing them, or is somehow this? I don't think he was. I don't know what. Unsure what he was unhappy about there. Everything we've seen certainly looked fair. And Thomas. Let's call up a Richmond. Thomas was. Just trying to put Richmond off. It looked like he was going to have a little dive on the inside. McGowan drags the wheels through the dirt. That's going to give Richmond a pretty good run at him here. McGowan just killed his momentum. Richmond just goes by. Be careful as well. You don't want to make another little mistake because Thomas is right there as well. And we've got this sort of Cummins, Hickman, Broom battle here. So they're just settling down at a bit pace. Then we have Luke, Skunky, Lico. 3 guys leading, just managing to edge away a bit from Jones, but Jones has kept himself within striking distance. Quite comfortable there. Just taking a watch and brief for the first half of the race. Nothing to worry about. Whoa, Richmond in the background, bouncing across the grass. He's going to hold his place there. Zielikowski's having to let cars by. It's good to see him back out. So that's Tuck, Zielikowski, Sexton all pitted. Let's keep an eye on Tux and Zielikowski and see how this works for them, just driving around in clean air a little bit. Although I've seen that Tux is in clean air, unfortunately Zielikowski is just mobbed by the pack. Lico still fastest lap. His top 3 are sticking together. It's been like this whole season. Well, obviously the Luke's not been there, but just the 3 cars or 4 cars at the front, we've always had these little battles going. Not sure if any of these guys are really that fussed right now for making big pushes and trying to make passes. They're probably quite happy just to try and settle down, find a bit of rhythm. Not much else happening, so we just stick with these guys. I'm going to say that. Thomas has got himself onto the back of Richmond. And Richmond is back up with McGowan, so he lost the place to McGowan. And Thomas has a lane behind him. So I wonder if there'd been contact with Richmond when he seen him going off, or whether he'd just made a bit of a mistake. I don't think Thomas was close enough to have made contact, but you never know in this braking point. A very fast section of corners. Lane right up behind Thomas now. Is Thomas going to defend, or is he just... He's going to defend. It is for position. I wonder if he'd maybe pick a battle there, but goes for it. He's going to try and go around the outside. He's not going to get round there. Skunky had really caught up with these guys. He hadn't though. Timing was showing something different, but it wasn't the way it was working out. What's really winning here is Gillies has just started to catch back up with this little battle. A little mistake for Lane there. Actually seen the rear wheel lock. It's just going to cost him a bit. Up front, still going. Jones is trying to hang in there, but they're just edging away from him. It was 1 second, then 1.2, then 1.5 the next lap. So these boys, whilst looks like they're battling, it actually looks like they're just settling down to putting the nice laps in. Kinsey, you just seen in the background there. Let's get back to Thomas, who's defending Lane whilst also trying to attack Richmond. Seems to be struggling at this point. We've got tyre wear, we've got tyre heat. I'm not sure what's going on there. Air and track temperature's dropped a bit, still optimum, but he just seems to have lost the edge. Again, even managing to scarp it away a little bit. Gillies, can you get back onto this? I think Gillies could just catch their tails. I think he'll be mixing it in with them. Oh, Lane just drops into the dirt there as well. Taylor's pushing it hard there. This guy's still going for it. Lane going to try to go around the outside. He's going to go around the outside, get himself on the inside there. That's going to be a pass on Thomas, unless Thomas can fight back, but Lane drags it in the dirt there, is that? I don't think that's going to compromise him too much, because you switch back into the right. Porsche is going to get a big drag down the straight off them. Thomas takes advantage of that slipstream, keeps right behind them. Richmond, thankful for the breathing space. McGowan still a bit down the road. Hickman and Broom having a little bit of battle. Barch are behind them. It shows us 2 seconds behind, but there's no way when they cross the time, and I think he's 2 seconds. It looks like he's closed in a bit. 1.8. Hickman hustling Broom a bit here. Seems to just have a bit more pace than him now. Of course, we know the Jet has got pace. It's currently the lead car. Tuck's still out there just driving about on his own. defends there. Hickman takes the racing line and really cuts back in. If he's going to try and tee him up for a move at some point. Archer really on the back of them here now. Can the backman do anything? He's caught up to the back of them. Can he place a move on them? Oh, Luke's got a drive through. Our leader has a drive through. Hickman hits the pits. Oh, that's borderline if that got slowed or not in time. That was dangerous from him. Lico putting Skunky under a bit of pressure. I'm amazed he didn't get a drive through for that. You seen the nose of the car was still dipped down beyond the marker. So that would suggest he was braking beyond it, but Lico going down the outside of Skunky. Skunky will defend. So Luke, whilst leading on the timing sheet with a drive through, is going to give that up. It's going to cost him dear. Not sure where the cuts were happening. We've seen a lot of guys with all the wheels over the white lines, so dry conditions can be quite aggressive with that. Being penalised, you can't be aggressive with the white lines. So you've seen the back line there, that's definitely a track cut point there when you can run really wide there and just pick up a track cut. So now we come out the throttle there, so you're going to make up time. And Lico by Skunky. As I was chatting shit, Lico goes by Skunky. Good move. Let's have a little look at Lane, down the inside of Richmond. Let's read that McLaren charging back at it. Lane's going to have to defend here. Richmond just sends it, just uses this extra speed, and they'll just park on an apex there. Job done, comes right back at him. Good racing for the guys. Luke stays out, doesn't take his drive through. McGowan is now past Kinsey as well. We missed that one, but he's now past Kinsey. Thomas is just hanging on to this battle as they have a go at each other. Richmond defends. Much more robust defence, legal than Thomas put in there, so I'm going to go round the outside there. Then it'll be difficult for an Alpine to out-drag the McLaren down the straight. Privet pits. Giving a flash the lights. Everyone's loving flashing the lights tonight. Richmond goes deep. Off track lanes. Richmond will have the inside here, but you can kind of go on the outside to get on. Gives it up, then hits that sausage curb. It cost him a bit. I'm trying to work that out in my head there. I thought there should have been somebody between Richmond and Gillies. I'm just not sure who that would have been. Thomas? Has Thomas had an issue? Thomas is way off it here, and he's not shown us taking a pit stop. I'm not sure what's happened there. I missed that, but I have no idea what's happened there. Skunky third on track, but currently second. You just see guys just crossing that white line there. Luke just stays out. Not sure of the thinking here for him. Privet back out of the pits. Tuck's the leader of our pitted drivers. Kinsey pits. Richmond having a go at coming back at lane. Gillies must have made a mistake there. He's lost a couple of seconds on a lap. Obviously not a big mistake, but just need to miss a braking point or something here. Just a section of corners and he's probably lose a fair chunk. Skunky right on Lico. Ultimately with a round to go, Skunky would like to finish ahead of Lico here for the championship, because if Lico can just take a few more points off him, it certainly puts pressure on him. The rear of the Mercedes just squirms. Says squirms there. We're going to have to see Luke come in now. As well, so we got Kinsey. He's out in a nice clear bit track as well, coming out of the pits. So we've got little bunches, top 3, top 4 probably you could say that, then like 5, 6, 7, all kind of bunched together. Then we've got a little group that sort of Cummins, Trackware, Broom. So we'll look at what these guys are up to. So. And Luke's in the pits to drive through. Slowed perfectly, nice and early. It promotes Lico at the lead, so our top 3 are Lico, Skunky, Jones. Devastating for Luke there. Had great pace. Stuck a good move on Tux, the opening few corners. Little mistakes have led to a penalty. Drive through cleared, he's back out and running. Where does that bring him out though? So, well, it's hard to say. So what's that? He's going to come out. Is he coming out 9th maybe? It's bad, but not that bad. So he's ahead of Cummins, so he's 8th. He's 8th. Gillies a fair bit up the road from him, so 30 minutes to go, 20 minutes into the race. We're kind of coming into what would naturally be a pit window, although we've seen 5 guys go early. 2 of them at an incident early on. Not sure why Tux went in. He went in very early as well. I think the only worry of going in this early is if some of these guys manage to run it late, pit, and then come out with tyres with 30 minutes less wear on them. We're going to be up against it, battling them. Lane past McGowan, missed that as well. I'm doing a good job of missing everything Lane does tonight. So we now had Tux, Broom, Kinsey, Privet, Zilakowski, Sexton all pitted. Top 3 have just settled down. Okay, settled down. Let's have a little look at Berkshire. Let's see what he's doing out there. I always kind of jinx him when I do this, so hopefully not tonight. Running 11th, a little bit off track where. He doesn't really bother about that though, he's going to run his own race here. Runs deep. Runs deep. Seems to be doing okay though. Trackware pits. Seen that ahead of him there. But it's nice they're unfortunately spaced out for us at the moment. Not a lot going out there. Let's have a look at. Still got Thomas out there, so I'm not sure what happened with Thomas. Car doesn't look damaged, but It's definitely out of position. And he's got Tux coming up behind him now, who's already pitted, so when he pits he's going to drop in around, I would imagine he's going to drop in behind Broom and Privet, maybe just ahead of Zielikowski when he serves the Mando pit. I'll be a bit annoyed at that. It'll be frustrating. What Tux needs to see here though is he probably needs to see these guys that are now ahead of him hitting the pits. It's only Thomas, but he can do without getting held up behind these guys on his quest for the podium. And that's Jones in the background going to swing into the pits there, I think. Not shown on the screen as he did that. There he goes. It looked like he was taking the line to do it, so Jones in as well, alongside Lane. I wonder if Lico or Skunky will try and cover that off, or will Skunky just wait for Lico to go and then cover him off? It's an interesting one. I don't know if the undercut is the way to go here. I'm not sure if the undercut is the way to go. Just approach to the halfway point, so at least nothing outrageous in that pit stop. Track temps to start to creep up again, so had lowered a couple of degrees, we're back up a couple of degrees. Seen a little bit of variance in dynamic there, as probably the sun breaking through a bit, hitting the track. Guys driving won't notice that though, it's a very small change. Skunky just keeps an eye on Lico. In the background there, that's probably McGowan, I think we've seen there in the green Alpine. What's critical here is that if you actually look at Tux when he pitted, he is out behind Lane and Jones. So Jones is just ahead of him, or is Lane actually behind him? Yeah, Lane's behind him, so he's quite behind Jones, so still in with the podium if the tyres hold on. That's the critical thing, if the tyres hold on. Skunky right up with Lico, let's see what they do. Are they going to cover off that move? Skunky's in, leaves it late, get it slowed down fella. Job done. Job done. That leaves my favourite Portuguese guy all alone out there. So Jones was about a second off Skunky when he pitted. Let's see how that plays out for him. Jones didn't really come out I'm not sure if he came out ahead of Thomas, but I got the feeling he maybe had to go by Thomas or came out alongside him, so I don't know if that's maybe just compromised it. Then we've got Tux right behind Thomas as well, and Lane catching him quite quickly. So Tux needs to make quick work of Thomas.
We are halfway through, keep it up.
Richmond, Skunky, McGowan all sitting in the pits. Here goes Skunky. Where is Jones? This is what's going to be. So Jones has passed him on the pit cycle, so the undercut was there. McGowan speeding in the pit lane. Just been so critically also Skunky comes out ahead of Tux. Tucks to the warmer tyres. Maybe got a couple of opportunities to put a move on him here. Jones, lead pit car now. Lico still leading the way. Gilly's second, Luke third, still at the pit. Everyone else, including Thomas, he's now making the pit stop, and he's going to drop and come out. So Tux now has lane to fend off. He's putting under real pressure here. Tux makes a mistake again. He's just going to give up that position now. Not much he could do there. Just bottled it under pressure. Broom putting track wear in the Aston under surveillance here. Lico pits as well. So this is going to be interesting. Jones is leading that little group through. And just pick that up. Lico's out. Lico's dropped. He could be... This could be a huge moment for Lico here. It looks like he's going to come out reasonably comfortably ahead of everyone else. That's worked out perfectly for him. So the undercut wasn't really there. Maybe Skunky had made a little mistake or something there, because Lico comes out. Probably increased the gap, I would say. Minimum maintained it. And lane past Skunky now. That is also ideal for Lico's ambitions. Gilly's her race leader, dealing with Luke and his sister Janetta. You can really rule anybody out who was running that top half for a podium at the moment. If we've seen Luke get a track cut warning, I'm going to suggest there's a few others out there who are now getting to the point where they have to be very careful. So Luke, and back to Broom. Can he do anything with track where he can get up the half second behind him? It just can't seem to close the gap. You see him drop off a bit and manage to get back, but just can't quite get there. Aston just coming down through the gears and the exhaust note. So when the Alpine gets up to them, just makes a little mistake there. Scrubs a bit speed. Out there, so we got Gilly's defending against Luke. I thought Luke was going to try and go down the outside there. I'm sure the thinking for these guys hanging it on out there. Just hanging on in there. Because this is for position. It didn't seem like that way at the start of the race, how it was going to pan out, but this is the way it's worked. Lane now putting Jones under a bit of pressure. train over top 5 there, space from Lico to Jones, but then what will become 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th there, all in a little train. What Lico will be hoping for is Jones just to continue to provide this little buffer for him. Lane's obviously got pace. He's come from dead last now to be currently 5th. Broom's still not able to make a move on track there a bit further down. This is the closest battle on track. Luke Pitts. Interesting to see where he comes out here actually. Let's keep an eye on that. So what we have at the moment is that sort of Jones, Lane, Skunky, Tuck's just going by him. If he can sort of drop down off the jacks and just get out ahead of Kinsey, maybe enough time to start making an impression on the guys ahead. What he doesn't want is to come out behind Kinsey. He's going to be behind Kinsey. Took a bit to get going there. That will take a long stop as well, so he's actually going to come out behind Richmond as well. So he's going to have a bit of a battle on his hands. Not what we want to see as Lane now putting Jones under big pressure. Gillies leader. I think I'm going to say Gillies has led every race. Lane makes the move on Jones. Jones will, if he can hold the line, have the inside of the next one. No, it just opens the wheel up there. Gets the drive. Yeah, just... It's easy to get down the inside of somebody not that right. It's just difficult to then... Because it puts you on the outside for the next to make it happen. Jones does well to retain position. See how hard these boys are pushing now. Skunky's also trying to just get himself invested into this little tussle as well. Trackwear dropping Broom a little bit. These guys are just a little... Oh, here we go, Lane's going to get a run. He's going to be on the inside here. Does the Alpine have the top end? He does. Jones will come back under him. Lane goes a bit deep. He's going to get it all done, gets it stopped. It's a little bit awkward looking, but gets the job done, then runs wide. So Lane up to 4th, well it will be 3rd. Gillies is in the pits. Jones is going to have a look at coming back at Lane here. Lane just needs a next lap just to be clean, just to try and get himself some breathing room. Here is Gillies going to drop back out. Is he just going to come out around about where Luke was as well, I think? So, going to drop into 10th, I think. Luke's going to go by him. Somebody kicking up the dirt there as I was watching pit exits. Skunky, he's thinking about having a go at Jones. He's just watched Lane have a crack at him and get by. He's thinking he could do the same. Next up for Lane is Lico. Lane makes a mistake there. I've seen him have to do a little correct mid-corner. Saves it well, but just all these little bits just cost you. They just chip away at you a little bit. Broom still checking out Trackwear's arse. Then we got Cummins. And the Porsche behind, then Barcher, then Thomas, Privet. Back to this battle. The lane started to get away. Skunky started to take an interest, so Jones going to be defending again. Then we have Tux just behind that. I think the lane's taken maybe a half a second out of Lico in first there. Let's keep an eye on that. 13 minutes to go. This is the battle out there. Lane is taking chunks out of Lico right now. It's a second in a lap. He's going to be on him in the next couple of minutes, probably. Tux is doing well to hang on here with these guys in the scruffy old tyres he's now got. Lico just picking up a little bit of traffic. I'm not sure who that is ahead of him. Sexton it is. So Sexton needs to get out of the way. Does get out of the way. Nicely, just leaves the door wide open for him there. And Lico's past. He'll be very thankful, pleased with that piece of driving from Sexton. Lane takes another half second out. Mercedes close to each other, but Skunky as of yet not getting close enough to make a move. At this point in the race just seems to have a bit more of a compliant car. It's trying different lines here. 11 minutes to go. Lane 3 seconds off Lico. Lane gives Sexton a flash, just a little noise there. Runs it on the grass. Sexton will just get out of his way here if he gets close enough just to put the move on. I think he was leaving the door open there. Lane just opted not to have a look at it. There we go, Lane gets by. Bit of an unconventional place to let it happen, but it's happened and he's passed. 2.6, he might have lost a little bit of time at that. It looks like that gap's slightly eked out a bit. Skunky still putting the pressure on. Broom, closest yet. As I say that, just drops off the back, but Skunky even closer. And we're down to 10 minutes. 1/5 of the race left. Probably 5, maybe 6 laps for these guys. Probably 5 actually, when I see where the Lico is at the moment. Tux is starting to join this little Jones Skunky altercation. The two are catching up on Sexton. A great place for him to be, but it is what it is. Skunky's asking the question, and we also have Luke in 8th, caught up with Richmond now. Kind of bridged quite a big gap there to get up to Richmond. I think if you can get by Richmond quick enough, Kinsey is a reasonable target for him with a difference in pace here. It is all going to be down to navigating past Richmond quickly and efficiently though. Back to Skunky. Jones isn't doing a lot wrong here. It's just good consistent laps. So although Skunky might have a bit more pace, just not getting any mistakes and any opportunity to use that pace from Jones. Sexton gets out of the way. Does he get out of the way? Jesus. Good driving really. Found yourself in a horrible place there, just lets it run wide, getting the blue flag. Tucks behind him and he just gets out of the way of that as well. Get a feel for Sexton there. 3 cars in a row at a horrible spot on the track. Still is our battle. We'll keep an eye on Luke and I'll keep an eye on Broom, but this is the battle. Come on Broom, if you're listening, let's see a little bit of a push. Let's ask questions of Trackware. Trackware, if you're listening, let's see if you can respond. Maybe put gap on a bit. Trackware trying to retain top 10. Broom trying to get that 10th from him. Luke right behind Richmond now. Tux just dropped a couple of seconds off Skunky there. Not sure whether it was traffic or maybe that is the tyres just giving up now. Let's keep an eye on it. 2.1, let's see where he sort of stays on that. It's going to be difficult for Luke. Richmond's no mug. And that car at McLaren is a missile down the straight. That's the Giannetta's Achilles heel, so he can draw up behind him on these types of corners and it looks all great, but I think the reality is once he hit the straight he's just going to watch a McLaren try and pull away from him. And there we go, see it right there. You can just see he's already put 2 car lengths on him down the straight. 23, who we got for that? Tux. Drive through. I mean, let's be honest, he would sit here in comms normally criticising people for that kind of stuff. And there we go, his race ruined. Probably drop him down maybe just take Luke, Gillies, in between Luke and Gillies maybe. See how that plays out, see how long chooses to go in. Lane has got within 1.5 of Lico. It's the edge in there. It's like Lico's responded a little bit. Don't know if the tyres maybe went through a graining phase for Lico and they've come back to him. So he certainly picked the pace up. And let's be honest, Lane hasn't slowed up. He's going to be flash the lights there. That's a track cut there surely as well. You see that, all 4. It's kind of like Skunky's rallycross lines quota the other week. We got Luke trying to put a bit on Richmond here. He's on the outside. Richmond will need to give him a bit of space. Look at that. Good driving, both of them. Committed. Luke just gives it a little bit right foot to swing it back in behind Richmond. Broom. Is he aware this is racing and he needs to try and pass? Cummins has started to just edge a bit closer to him. Lane's now within striking distance of Lico. Let's pick that up. just catching Zielikowski now. I'm not sure if it's just an issue there or that's just in the game. First time I've noticed it, but it looks like Lane's tyre is deflated. Surely that's just a graphical glitch and we're not going to see this Harper his face. Keep an eye on that. So it's within half a second now. Lico's under some big pressure. Hopefully Zielikowski sees these guys coming in his rear view mirror. Oh, Skunky's by Jones. I missed that in all the drama. Skunky is by Jones. Apologies, Skunky. You should have caught that. And Luke is by Richmond. Is Richmond going to have a stab back at him down this straight? He's certainly going to have the power and the top end. He does. Good driving for these guys. Luke demonstrating how you can pick up drive-throughs. Cummins second out of room that lap. A couple of laps left probably. Lane right up behind Lico. Drove a great race, Lane. This is probably actually his race of the season, I would have thought. Back of the grid to second and passed a lot of good guys to get there. He just needs to pass second in the championship to go from front to back. He's going to make a move. Oh, did they contact Lane? It looked like they contacted. Lico went a bit wide. You seen Lane have it to massively correct and get off the throttle. I think Tux is going to have to come in this lap as well. Come on, Ali, let's catch Broom and Trackwear. He's certainly getting up there now. Lane still right behind Lico. Come over. We're going to have 2 laps left.
Okay,
No, this is final lap.
Final lap. Give it all you can.
So Lico just needs to hold on. 1 lap here. Lane going to have a couple of big chances to put a move on. Tux disqualified, didn't bother pitting. That's what you probably call having a tantrum, not bothering to take your pit stop. There we go, Lane. He's just trying to position the car, and then let's see what an Alpine is like versus the McLaren. Just look at that, just 2 car lengths, just like that. So all that work Lane does under braking into corners to line him up just to watch him drive away. Lico kind of half defending there. This is all very good. Unbelievable after 50 minutes of racing. It's going to come down to these 2 guys battling it out the last half of the lap. I imagine this will be a tricky section in the McLaren. You just need to get round these corners and get Lane. See this Lane just pestering them there. And then you can kind of use McLaren's power here. A slippery customer down this bit of the track. So he had 1 car length as he exited the corner there. Oh, well, he's just sticking with him here. Very difficult to do anything there. Line's right on that rear quarter. Lico flips it right. Now just put the power on, let it feed a bit wide. There we go, Lico's going to bring it round for the win. Great drive for Lane in second, probably driver of the day. There we go, Lico wins, Lane second. Great race, lads. Skunky's going to come round in third. There we have it. And then Jones fourth. Be interesting to see what happened there with him, because the pace just seemed to disappear. Then it's going to be Kinsey fifth. Then Richmond is going to come round ahead of Luke. He's had a good little battle at the end there. Then it's going to be Gillies. And then it's Trackware, Broom and Cummins. Cummins is caught right up with him. Trackware swings way to the left, break the toe. Nothing these boys are going to be able to do here. Keeps it all sensible. Cummins will just be wishing there was an extra lap in this for him. But anyway, Trackware's going to be 9th. And it's going to be Broom 10th. Cummins 11th. Thomas 15th. Not sure that's a lonely one for him, so something happened. Don't know what that was, but he went from being up competing to cruising about on his own there. Then it's going to be Barcher 13th. Privet 14th, Zielikowski 15th, Sexton 16th, and Tux disqualified. And that's us for the evening, so thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday.